Brian. What you doing? Tyler, what's up? I'm about to go get me some more polish. I'm out. Luke, what's up? I remember talking to everybody yesterday, and I had a brain malfunction, and I couldn't remember who it was. But, John, how goes it? Um, Somebody mentioned that they didn't get any of these, the big ones. And I was cleaning up today over there on my little rack of spinner baits, and I found three that I had put blades on for myself. I just never skirted them. Um, so I put the living rubber skirts on them, and I added three of these to the website for those that wanted it and didn't get it. So there's three. Um, there's three available. Whoever's looking for them, knock yourself out. I'm trying to get any fingerprints off the blades. Looking pretty clean. Dude, these are like almost these are almost exact replica colored blades to the classic. Walkers are boxed up. That's exciting. So this is all this live is about. It is a quickie, inny outie, just the tip, just to let everybody know, or whoever was looking, that there was three hidden little nuggets hiding around. Here's one, but I cut the plate off of it. Go figure. Question: will I ever buy front-facing sonar? I mean, if I was making $250,000 a year, probably. Would I use it? Probably not. So, if I just had like money running out of my ass, you just go get your boat rigged. I wouldn't have 16 graphs. I can tell you that much. I'd have one on the front and one on the back. Like, it would be, I think it's kind of overkill to have 4 graphs. Like, is it necessary? No. Can you still find fish with 2? Sure. Convenience, I guess. I don't know. I've been seeing forward-facing sonar transducers for sale in the marketplace around here from $350 to $400. That sounds like it would be an exceptional deal, Tyler, that you could like take those and then sell them on some other place for more. Just make 50,000 spinner baits. I would be by the time it took me to make 50,000 spinner baits, I would probably forward-facing sonar would basically be a color selector as far as the technology advances by the time I got done. So no, it wasn't. The only thing, the update was that I found 3 extra spinner baits, and somebody wanted the big one with the Indiana and the Colorado with the living rubber skirt, and I found 3 of them over there on the wall, so I added them to the website. But so we're getting closer to that. We are 3 spinner baits closer to that $250,000, so I can buy frivolously forward-facing sonar and graphs all over my boat. Jeremy, what's up, dude? Um, $350 for a transducer. You know what I like seeing on Marketplace for really cheap? Fortrexes. Because I know now if I need one, I can just go to Marketplace and get one for like $400. On the Warrior, I hear you, Luke. Which part of the Warrior, might I ask? Now you're speaking my language. The Dirty D, Demopolis, the Warrior. Or where real men fish, Lock 8. Lost Creek towards the old steam plant. I hear you. I hear you. You're up there in God's country, dude. I was just talking about going to, speaking of, I was talking about going to, wanting to go to Aliceville recently. Pickensville, whatever you want to call it. I got the urge to go over there and poke around. Even Gainesville, I like fishing Gainesville, but that's that's the dirty Tom, not the sweet succulent Warrior. Now that you're here, might as well chat a bit. Yeah, I need to. I still got to go test some baits and then go home and see what the kiddos are doing. Spot lock is the best invention to hit fishing since the hook. I don't know. I like poles. You use spot lock that much, Tyler? Like on the Sabine in the dirt? I had a dream that you did the Patreon buzzbait episode and it pissed me off. Favorite place to fish, always a shot of zeroing or smashing them. Yeah, that's the interesting thing, Luke, that people talk about like Demopolis. And they've always talked about like I never understood it because some people claim that Demopolis is like so full of small fish and like there'd be those like summertime tournaments and guys would come in and be like, dude, we must have caught 60 today. I've never ever had a huge numbers day at Demopolis where I caught like tons of little fish. But and I don't know, like Demopolis is goofy, but I've never run like the stories you hear about catching tons and tons of fish. I've never run across that. Maybe it's because I don't fish creek mouse in French Creek. I don't know. Don't use your power poles ever, dude. I feel like when I get on somebody's boat with poles, I'm always like, maybe it's because I don't have them, and I'm like, ooh, let me use these. Um, so, Luke, are you around? What is that? What would that be? Is that like lock? What lock is that closest to you? Is that like lock 5? Is that what that's considered? I'm not much on spot lock. It's about useless if you got forward facing center on your trolling motor. Can't play with another dude's poles. You ain't wrong, Burns. Uh, Poppers. How many of them are you doing? I didn't know we were doing poppers again, but that's fine. Those are cool. Keep half of those for myself. Uh, Vortexes are so cheap. I put a 112 on 15-foot 10 boat. Yeah, I've been looking for an 80 to put on my um, Alumi piece, or that I've got a short fiberglass boat that's like 14 feet long. It's heavy as shit, but it's really really stable, and it would be easier. It floats, like it doesn't have bullet holes in the bottom like my aluminum boat does. So it's a lot more work to get the aluminum boat rigged out than it would be to get that glass boat rigged out. I could get the glass boat rigged out in a weekend and it'd be ready to go. These are more expensive than the 101s and the 112s. Yeah, I also researched. Speaking of that, I also researched if you could run it because, like you said, I was easy. It was easier for me to find a 112 than it was an 80. And I researched if you could run a 36 volt on 24 volts and just have like less power. And some said you could, some said you couldn't. But there was something bad. Did we use poles much on Big Stone? There was some pole pole staking. I gotta watch my wording here. Yes, there was power polling. We used the power poles to anchor ourselves. Correct. Claim it gets hot. Yeah, which I wouldn't understand. I would think it would just run like smoother. But shows what I know. Do the Hellcats burn? Burnsy. Oh, Travis wants the poppers. Okay, do the poppers. I don't care. My battery's good. I'm going lithium. The blue tops I use now are just as expensive. I never had good luck with lithium. I mean, not lithium's Optima batteries, Optima, whatever it is. Uh, so that was yeah, that was never my thing. I never had good luck. Above Bankhead. Oh, you're way up there. You're way up there. I was thinking the old lock like at lock 5. Oh, you're in like you're where the real big ones live. Look, did you ever hear my story about when I was fishing back in college? I was fishing up I was fishing at Bankhead during the summer and it was like dead and like just like a bathtub. It was super hot and I couldn't catch shit and all my buddies were catching them and I was like, what is going on? What is my problem? And we were launching it. We were fishing out of like Franklin's Ferry or whatever. And they're like, yeah, dude, they're biting up the river. Well, apparently there's some discharge up the river that pumps out like 100 and something degree water. And I was fishing like all around that like stifling, boiling water. And they're like, oh, yeah, you got to get out of that section. You got to get up above it where the water's cool. I was like, dude, but that's just like something that people like if you fish there a bunch, you would know. I didn't know that was even there. Um, but learned my lesson. I never went to Houghton's. It's on the other side of the river from me when I was in Tuscaloosa. But uh, so you're up there below the Sipsey, where it runs into Smith between there and yeah, near Jasper. How about that? You're way up there. So you don't yeah you wouldn't have a clue about anything on Demopolis, which is good. You ever go to Holt, Luke? You ever make your way down to Yellow Creek on the lower end? Uh, Rich Shackelford, what's up, man? How's everybody doing? How's the boat and the family? Never been there. I went down and last time I was in Yellow Creek, I don't think I've ever flipped up so many goggle in my life. It was probably the best flipping bite I've ever been on, except it was the wrong species. I must have caught 30 flipping in there. It was insane. It was insane. Brian, that's what I need to do. My cover does not fit Ultrex, Fortrex, anything that sticks up. It fits a 82-pound motor guy that lays flat. So I should probably have. There was a dude in Tennessee that I'd painted some baits for way back in the day, like 8 years ago. And I follow him on Instagram, and he might be around Nashville somewhere, middle of the state. But he took his boat. Um, he took his cover, and it's like very near the same model as mine, like mid 2000s Triton. I think it's a 20-footer, and he took it to this shop, and I don't know what they did to his cover, but they made it fit with uh, a Dakota, a new one, and and they also fixed his straps, and they fixed some holes in it. Mine has lots of holes in it. My straps are ripped off. It just needs a makeover. Um, but I really like the cover, and if they could fix it, that would be great. I don't really want to buy a new one, um, but unfortunately, checking IDs at a gate like a schmuck. Well, maybe you should start prank calling people to entertain yourself, Bob. Maybe you should start doing. I guess you'd get in trouble if you started doing Super Trooper pranks to people. Tim, getting off work, eating some lunch, and headed to the lake. Well, hope you rip a bunch for all of us at Homer's. I'm about to go to a little. Uh, I'm about to go throw some of these spinner baits just to make sure everything's jabbing like it's supposed to. Um, so I thought about going down to the causeway, and I was like, I don't know if I want to throw these in the salt water, which I don't think it's not going to do anything. But I had to wash them off and get the salt off of it. But I just kind of wanted to go down there and fish, um, run to a creek and do some wading. It's probably cool in that creek. Tim, I'm sorry, but there will hopefully be uh, one coming up. Uh, I'm going to try and get my molds back, get them to somebody, and maybe do a little hook swapping with that and the swim jig. And I don't know, change out some wire. Kind of want to upgrade the wire. I might drop a size on the 3/8. I might go smaller on the 3/8. I might go to 0.030 instead of 32 thousandths. I might go to 38. I don't know. I have to dig around and see. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I have to consult. I have to have a roundtable with Travis Stearman, Keith Dees, and John Pryor, and they'll just say, use titanium. Which Travis, I did. Did I tell you about that guy that I found somewhere? And I've got an email from him from like 5 or 6 years ago, and he was selling titanium spinnerbait frames. And the only thing that I couldn't quite figure out that I didn't love was that how you put blades on them, because they were already bent over, and I guess you maybe bend that part out and put your clevis and your beads and shit on. Um, but he never responded when I asked him like how does this work? Is it like, can you only put like a single spin on it? Because I don't like, it's worthless to me if I can only put one blade on it. And I wanted to know how you could bend them, because I wanted to cut them and bend them because they were a little, like, I really don't like spinner baits that like the arm, the line tie sticks up like all the way up here. Looks like that damn Bill Dance buzz bait. Not a fan of that. So I would have needed to have cut his um, uh, I would need to have cut his wires down and rebent them to where they insert into the hook. Uh, but I didn't know how that's actually done or if it's even possible or what. So, I mean, I know there's a way. I could have devised a way to do it, but I didn't want to have to go to all that trouble just to do that. I could probably have them made in China if I really wanted to, but more titanium blade baits need to be made. The Salty Sonic by Amakatsu is a badass blade bait. Blade bait as in like a jigging blade bait. Let's look at this thing. Let me look it up and then I'm going to leave. Salty Sonic Amakatsu. Japan Import Tackle. No customer reviews. Material titanium. How much are these? How much do these cost? $17.99. From what I understand about real hardcore blade bait guys, is they lose so many. A $20 blade bait would be ouchy for the wallet. Probably is a far superior blade bait, but I think blade bait dudes are losing tons of them. Is Mr. Pryor still working on his spinner baits? I believe he is. I believe he is. You can get them for $7. $10 off. That's a pretty good bargain. That is worth throwing. That is worth throwing. You get them for $52 on Amazon. Asian Portal, $8.57. Canadian Tackle, 27 Canadian dollars. The hookup, $7.99. And they retailed for $10.99. Why are they so expensive everywhere else? Cool looking bait. Cool looking bait. Is Mr. Why I bought so many for someone else to steal for what they cost. PRIOR. Like priority. Richard Pryor. It was great, quick and in and out. My trip will be longer, but maybe the TK crew will join. Is it ice cream time? Yeah, it's about to be. Kind of. I needed to make another stop, but I don't have to. We can go get ice cream. If Bean's ready to go get ice cream, we can do ice cream first. Whatevs. Painter dude might meet the builder dude. So I've met Eric off the internet in person. I've met Hella and AJ. I'm 3 down. off the list that I've met. Never met Builder Dude. Uh, Buka, but Buka's he's not somebody that's like on here. But so Buka is a work acquaintance. Um, Buka did swing by the shop when he was down for a funeral. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I feel like I'm missing an internet person. Guess not. If I'd have went to the classic, probably met a bunch, but where are we at? Bama Bass, yeah. That was so long ago. Met some in Austin. Yeah, but that was kind of before. Like that, I feel like everybody I knew in Austin was like just doing their normal thing. They weren't like trying to do anything. Like Jared's gotten real big in the swim bait community, Swagford. But I used to hang out with him, just paint baits for him, talking baits and shit. That was what was so cool about Austin. Uh, if you ever did a collab with someone, what brand would it be? Hmm. 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 Probably Reaction. They're the only ones I have the highest level of respect for. I'm trying to think. Uh, I don't know because I look at it differently. Because there have been numerous opportunities to collab with every company in the industry, nearly, and I've passed because the deals are always so shitty. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. Like because that's how I look at it. I'm like, who would have like who would be decent to work with? And I started thinking about all the companies that I have had offers from, and they were like so embarrassing that they didn't even deserve a response back. Um, but uh, Marty and Epic Eric, yeah, they're the best. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think. DRT, you could probably hit them with some like weird shit, and they'd be into it. And they could make something work. Um, so in the Japanese market, maybe DRT. I'm guessing. I don't know. I got my favorite Japanese brand is Amakatsu. Um, I just think they do cool shit. Um, I don't know. Stanley and bring back the baby wedge without the eyeballs, and actually put a vibra shaft wire on the spinnerbait. Um, I don't know. I'm not really. Nobody really chubs me up. Like you could probably get the most. You'd probably get the most business if it was like a 6 cents or something. But that would probably that would put you in the cult. You know what I mean? You would get the cult tattoo of approval. Um, but I don't like cults, so you would be selling your soul, pretty much, pretty much. Um, yeah, lots of soul selling goes on though. Lots of soul selling goes up, dude. I like. There's a there is. I went fishing with my buddy Chad, and what we did fishing wise, there is a bait that would be so incredible for that application of what we did that nobody has that I would like kill to have. And it would be so good. And it would be so stupid. And it would be so good. And it would make so much sense. And it would like I I don't say it would blow up, but I think it would. Actually I know it would. Because the fish it targets, it would be like the perfect bait for it. Travis, I think that's the bait I need to take to production first. Is just go ahead and get that bait out and have it made and beat everybody to the punch. Um, might be a hard sell though. I don't know until you see it. Half these companies are scummy. Rago kind of said it best on that Big Bass podcast. They will help to design a bait, but they won't put the actual design on the bait. But some pro fishermen, yeah, that is. I mean, that's that is very true. Like in their defense, though, like people who know, like really follow bass fishing, like know who the name Jerry Rago. They might not know what he did or what he designed or what he built or whatever or his history, but they know the name. Like he's got a reputation, he's got a name. Um, so as far as like the masses, you can't be so like you have to understand that him designing a crankbait and then putting Jerry Rago design on the package, while it's good for Jerry Rago and it makes him feel good, you put Jordan Lee on it and the cash starts stacking up. You put Jerry Rago on it, people walk through the aisles of Bass Pro Shops and they say, "Who the hell is Jerry Rago?" But you put Jacob Wheeler on it, and they say, "I don't even know what this is," but Jacob Wheeler's is on it, so he wins a bunch. That's probably pretty good. So let me buy one. Um, yeah, nobody knows who Jerry Rago is. Uh, need a good video. You always need a good hype video. JDM style. Do it like one of those Japanese guys. Get my pistol grip out. Oh, oh, oh. That's what they all do on all those videos. As soon as they get a bite, oh, oh, and they start talking. The Bill Dance effect. Yeah. How many spinner baits do you think would sell that had Jerry Rago stamped on them versus Bill Dance? Robert, that's true. Everybody out west knows Jerry, but we're talking about we're talking about the little crumb snatchers of the world that are just walking down the aisle, looking, shopping. Um, yeah, I heard he mention that South Jersey that he didn't want to. He couldn't. I mean, I guess he had sold some baits for astronomical prices, but he wanted most of his stuff to be affordable. Uh, but I like listening to his interview on the Big Bass podcast. I definitely uh, was shaking my head in agreement with 99.9% of it. Everything he said was very accurate. It was good. It was a good listen. Um, but it made me also realize that things will probably never change, and he's been going through the same shit that everybody like goes through. Um, the poor man's crankbait builder. No, it was actually good that he named. I mean, he named names for the most part, like uh, like when he wanted to talk about like a product, he was like, "This is what happened with this person," or "This is the product," and "This is the derivative of this," and whatever. But it was pretty cool listening to him talk about Skeet and Byron going on their little tear with his swim bait. No, he didn't sugarcoat anything, and I think I think that is I think that's the future of marketing in the fishing world. Is people aren't going to sugarcoat anything, but they're still going to lie. They're going to tell you a lie. They're just not going to sugarcoat it. I think that's the next evolution of how product will be pushed um, in the fishing world. Like before, in years past, you would get lied to, and it was sugarcoated. They would they would softly and sweetly, delicately lie to your face. I got the seasoning, but but steak is what's for dinner. That's what the bean wants. All right, I probably have to stop and get charcoal. So whatever the bean wants, I need to. I have to sell some more spinner baits to afford the beans steak habit, steak and chicken. Eat beef. Darius, my daughter, she'll eat snacks, gummies, treats, and steak. That's about it. And nuggies and French fries, but mainly steak. She didn't even eat nuggies and French fries that good. She just wants steak all the time. What do you want for dinner, Bean? Steak. We had it last night. I want steak. Okay. Okay. But I definitely enjoyed Rago. He was a very real dude, and I think that's refreshing. Uh, Having real people interviewed. Damn right, serve the princess her steak. Um, Chicken breast wings and pork chops. Time to start hunting cows. Yeah, screw deer. My kid only eats meat with pasta sauce. That's an interesting combo. Interesting combo. I probably need to go buy actual real steaks because I think I saw the ones Amy bought, and I think they're like those eye of round medallions that are like fake fillets that are like eating tire rubber. So I might need to go get a porterhouse for the bean, and then I'll eat the damn rubber. Me and Amy can eat the rubber, and then the kids can split something else. Can she tell the difference between not hamburger tenderloin? She certainly could because she's picked out little like if I use ghee instead of butter or like something weird like that, she'll be like this is weird. Um, it's all about how you grill it. Get ready for the queen moving to the back seat. Yep. Uh, yeah, I got some grassland here in Kansas you can buy and raise your own beef. That would be awesome. And then when I come hunting in December, I'll come terminate that cow and collect. Be time for the cow to pay the piper. Already has a dude. The bean used to eat the most like wild stuff for a 2 year old. It was her palate as a 2 year old was insane. She ate sushi. She ate like she'd eat smoked salmon, everything bagels with cream cheese and like capers, like edamame. She ate everything, dude. Like that's what she wanted for breakfast was a damn smoked salmon uh, bagel. And she used to just sit there and eat handfuls of salmon. Um, yeah, she would eat. I remember we grilled oysters one night on the half shell, and she was walking around to all the shells, like sipping all the juice out, sipping all the oyster juice out of the shells. Like she was hardcore. It was awesome. Now she's the opposite. She's still awesome, but she doesn't have the avocado toast. Yeah, she would like everything was new and like exciting, and she was like trying and eating everything, and she like enjoyed it. But now it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. She's like, ugh, how dare you? You want a grilled cheese? Ugh, grilled cheese? No. Dada, why are you trying to serve me this trash? It's like, what do you want? Sprinkles. You just want to eat a bowl of sprinkles? Yes. Okay. What else do you want? We're not having sprinkles. Um, pancakes. No, we're not eating pancakes. Ice cream. No, not having ice cream. Um, yeah, basically, bowl of sugar. Uh, squirt honey in my mouth. No, I'm not squirting honey in your mouth. Last week was the first time I've ever seen an avocado toast stick to the wall. Uh, we've got those little. I'll tell this story, then I got to leave. I'm 40 minutes late. But when Amy was gone, I was putting the baby down, and then I walked back in the room. It took about 20 minutes to get the baby down, 30 minutes. And I walked back in the room because I was fearful. I put the baby down probably sooner than I needed to, but I was fearful of what the bean was actually doing. And I walked in there, and she was laying on the couch, and we have the same thing as these. So I use these little elastic hair bands. This is what your spinner baits will come on. I put this around the skirts to keep it nice and tidy. But Amy uses them for the bean's hair to tie it in ponytails. Well, the bean had this container of how many thousands? We'll say thousands of these. And the bean was laying on the couch, stretched out, with this poured out, going. And they were everywhere, dude. And I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Playing." It's like in thousands of hair bands. Mm-hmm. So why did you do that? Because I wanted to. I said no. Good answer. We like vinegar mustard. The bean likes no sugar added sweet baby Ray's. Stuff's awful. Um, I hear now plain chips with that melted cheese. Interesting. Get half of beef and pig for $6.50. That doesn't sound like a terrible deal. Since last week, the kid can't be unsupervised with a spoon. Yeah, my dad built the bean a spoon out of Osage, and it's like this little long spoon. And she didn't have it 2 seconds before I got drilled in the eye with it. I was like, "Here you go. Here's your homemade spoon." And she went, "Don't." Thanks. I do like a Carolina sauce. I like vinegar. I like mustard. I like thin. I like some sweet heat, kind of mustardy, tangy, vinegary. Yeah, I'm a Carolina guy. I'm a Carolina guy, or none. I'd rather have none than not that. Um, ever tried Jack Daniels? No, I don't like. I don't like if it has any remotely booze taste to it. I'm not a fan. Not big on barbecue sauces. No, I get it. I'm I'm not. I'm not. I like what I like, and outside of that, I'm not a fan. Dry rub only. Yeah, I can get down with that. The only thing I do want to try sauce wise is I want to go to Big Bob Gibson's and try the actual like legit white barbecue sauce. I've made them and they're good and I like them, but I don't know what the real one's supposed to taste like. Um, so I need to get up to Huntsville area and go to Big Bob Gibson's and try and get some real deal white barbecue sauce. Embarrassingly enough, that is our only real uh, contribution to the barbecue world is the white barbecue sauce. Uh, so I need to try it. Robert, there's only one color left, and that is that one. That particular blade combination and color is the only one left, and it's a Willow, Colorado. Amy, I knew which sauce you picked. I used the number 3, but just a touch. Someone brought up the disappearance of Sonny McFarlane a few months ago. He's alive and well. It sounds like they'll ever build again now. The disappearance. Why he got out? Yeah, that's. I think he just didn't want any part of it again. Yeah, I mean it happens. People get burned out. It's not fun anymore. Working yourself to death for nothing. Why he stopped? I'd probably say underpaid and burnout, if I had to guess. That's my answer. Worked for free for too long. That's the reason I was told. Get those willows off of them and put number 4 Indiana's. Get these people some spinner baits. I tried to facilitate and accommodate all different water clarities. I didn't want to be a total dick and just load everybody down with and try and force feed them the damn thump. But if people want the thump, I can certainly supply the thump. I like the thump, but that's the other thing about that. About that. That's why I like using. Like I don't like double willows, strictly because it limits what I can put on the bait. But if I have a Colorado willow, I can take that willow off and put a Colorado on it, and I'm fine. Or Indiana, or Oklahoma, or whatever you want to call that blade, and it's still fine. I can put the Vibratron blade on it. Um, I can do that by having that front Colorado. But if it's a double willow, it's a double willow for life. Um, Taking the Oklahoma off and putting a Indiana or Colorado. All right, my 5-minute live to talk about 3 spinnerbaits just turned into an hour. All right, I'm out of here. Good talking to you all. Have a good weekend. See you.